Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going over the product page SEO optimization guide. That's the same guide that we follow in our agency to optimize the product pages when times comes. So yeah, let's get started. So first, with the product pages, there's a lot of things you should be aware of, especially when you're optimizing them, and kind of like general best practices to implement when you're managing your store. So first, if we want to rank a product page, the page optimization is the easy part, but then the planning or the step that comes before optimizing the page is what really matters. So for example, when I have a product page, I'm trying to optimize it for the right keyword. So if you miss the keyword, the page will end up nowhere and it's not gonna generate traffic. So the first step here, and I put it as a note, is picking the right keyword to optimize for is more important than the optimization itself. That's the process overview. I'm gonna walk you through all of this today. So step one, how to pick the right keyword for that product page to optimize for, how to optimize the product page for that keyword, where to put the keyword, where to embed it, how to go about it, and then how to build internal links from collections and blogs, so make sure that the product is integrated in its ecosystem properly on the site. And then step four is best practices to apply across all product pages, because in my experience, most of the technical issues, most of the technical SEO is stemming from malpractice on how you're managing your inventory and your product and all of that. So for example, people would delete products they have no business deleting, or they create variants, or they create duplicate pages and they mess the whole thing up. So I'm going to go over the best practices here, and I'm going to walk you through a live example and kind of like show you how to find the keyword and then optimize it. So let's get started. So first, the strategy part. Should you even rank your product page? So not every product page needs to rank. Some products are very niche. Nobody's really looking for them specifically. So you don't need to optimize them if they don't have searches. So in most stores, collection pages target high volume broad keywords like winter jackets or dog food, but product pages on the other hand should target very specific searches. So the broader the keyword is, the more likely a collection is going to show up, but the more specific the keyword is, it's more likely that the product page is going to show up, especially in things where they are very, very specific and you have a lot of attributes and specs attached to the main keyword. So for example, like blue leather winter jackets, you have a blue, you have leather, and you have winter, and these are three different attributes or three different specs related to jackets, because jacket is the main keyword. L-shape Spanish, so L-shape, Spanish, and leather are three different specs. So now you can see, like, the more specific the keyword is, the more likely it is to rank for product pages. So gaming computer SSD 250 gigs. So again, the same thing, more specific equals more likely for product pages to rank for. So if nobody is searching for a product name or specific specs, skip trying to rank for it, focus on collection pages instead, and then just go for the broader keyword. So you should also validate if the page type that is ranking on the first page is a collection page or a product page or a blog page before you optimize for it. And then don't try to rank a product page for a keyword that showcases blogs or collections. So for you to know if the keyword you're thinking about is right or that's what you want to optimize for, first you want to go check it on Google and then see what comes up. So for example, let's say I take this, right? Orb gold lust all over oil, right? You can quickly come in here into the keyword explorer, or you can do that on the search as well. I like to do it here because it's faster. And then you gotta look into what's ranking there, and based on what's ranking there, you can pretty much assume that this keyword will be mapped out to a product page or to a product page. So I typed in here orb gold lust all over oil. You see it's a very specific keyword, and then what we get, all product pages, product, and another collection. So the SERPs are dominated by product pages, so that's a good sign for you to optimize that page for that specific keyword. So yeah, let's go back here. I want to show you like how this comes in effect on a bunch of product pages. So let's say we go to Sephora, we look in their top pages, and then we want to see what their product pages are ranking for. So let's say we put product here, and then we come up. This is gonna show us all the product pages, and then you can see the ones that are ranking number one. You see how tall or how long tail these keywords are. Hourglass setting spray, Caudalie Perfect serum sample, Sephora dark spot serum, Tom Ford fucking flowers candle. So it's very, very niche keywords, and that's what you want to do. You want to optimize for these type of keywords for your product pages. So yeah, if you see on the SERPs a collection or a blog, then you don't need to optimize this page for that keyword. You will need to find another one that's showcasing product pages. So yeah, once you nail down the keyword you want to search for, and it's going to be manual in most of the times, you want to embed it on the page. So the best parts for you to put that keyword in is your title tag, your meta description, your URL structure, and your H1. Now these are the main ones. We're gonna go into where to put it in the product description and product images and all of that stuff later. But now what I want to do is I want to make sure that you embed the keyword, the exact same keyword you try and rank for, inside the title tag. So add your main keyword plus any relevant modifiers like use case, material, target audience, like if it's for women, for men, or maybe the material like crocodile skin or whatever attribute you can specify to it. So for example, like luxury bamboo bed sheets, queen size, soft, and hypoallergic are the benefits of it. But you can see here luxury bamboo bed sheets is the main keyword. Meta description, it helps increase the click-through rate, so make it persuasive and action oriented. So here you want to really push the benefits and then the perks that comes with it, like free shippings or whatever. So upgrade your sleep with product name. You can use these to automatically pull the data, so you can do it programmatically and you don't have to do every single product page manually. And you can do the same thing here inside the title. If you have a bunch of products and you want to like automatically or programmatically optimize all of them, you can use these callouts here, so you can fill up the field. So yeah, soft, breathable, and perfect for sensitive skin, ships fast. So that's another good meta description. The URL structure, I really want to make sure that the URL structure is very clean. I'll make sure that the keyword is embedded there. I don't need the benefits and all of that, just the main keyword. And the other thing is I want to make sure that I'm avoiding numbers or stock numbers or all of that stuff. Avoid parameters with long strings or repeating keywords like category, bedding, luxury bamboo bed sheets, all of that stuff. Okay, so just make it very short and very clean. In the H1, I also want to embed the keyword inside the H1, which is the product name or the product title. I use the full product name, include the brand if needed, and the top feature or spec. Example, Cocoon by Koyuchi Organic Cotton Blanket, got certified king size. So again, you just put it in the H1 because these are the main things, these are the main signals that Google look for to know what keyword it needs to index the page for. So yeah, part 3, product description structure. So here's a solid structure for your description: intro paragraph, bullet points, technical specs, and FAQs. These are just how to build your product description and kind of like give yourself room for you to insert the keywords again. So you can add it in the bullet points, you can add it in the intro paragraph, and you can also add it in the FAQs. So let's say you're talking about the cotton blanket, you can easily, let's say organic cotton blanket, copy it, go to the search for it, and then see what people also ask there. And then you can use these FAQ section or this people also ask section to inform your FAQ section on the product page. So yeah, this is very straightforward. It comes with almost every single product template I've seen. So yeah, really hard to miss this. Part 4 is the product images. Name your image files properly. So let's say you are running like you have like an iPhone store or whatever. Make sure that the alt text is very descriptive of the image, so because Google also reads that. So iPhone 14 red black.jpg, because that also contributes into your overall SEO of the page. Use alt text to describe the image naturally. Compress your image. Use WebP if possible. Lazy load images so they don't kill page speed. So all of these are within the technical SEO sprint that you should be doing. Compress your images, pretty much just making them smaller so they can load faster. Lazy load images, so the images don't load all at once, they load progressively as the user scrolls the page. And then bonus, create an image XML sitemap to help Google find them. I think Shopify has this automatically, it just provides them, or you could also use that and then just like put all of the images there. Part 5, which is the reviews. Now reviews are very important from a CRO perspective. Again, this guide is kind of like mixed in between SEO and CRO. That's why I'm talking about the descriptions, the FAQs, all of that stuff. Now I'm going to go into the images and other things, but the reviews will deal with the uncertainty of people trying to purchase this product. So you want to make sure that the reviews are crawlable from an SEO standpoint. So don't use review apps that block them. So sometimes like if you use like a plugin to import the reviews, Google is not going to be able to read these reviews or to read them. So it's better either to do them manually and then to embed them as a part of the page structure, or to actually go and use a plugin where the HTML can be read. Okay, so use review schema to get star ratings and search, and then good reviews naturally contain keywords and trust building copy. So that's part of the CRO. Here for the review schema, of course, that's going to be if you can implement this on Google Tag Manager, so you can do it scalably across all the site. Now internal linking, so that's part of the SEO optimization process. Once you launch or you're trying to optimize a page, you want to make sure that page is linked back from other resources on the site or from the other assets. So you have the collections, and what I like to usually do is I add an FAQ and a short description on the collection page, and then within that content I would link usually to the best sellers of that collection, and then that way I can have link juice be distributed across the site through collections and through blogs. From the blogs I usually add these on the side of the blog or inside the text. So when people are reading inside the blog, I would be recommending them to buy that same product. So I'm linking from that blog to the product, ideally you want to use an anchor text as an exact match. So what that means is use the keyword you want to rank for as the anchor that's linking from the blog into the product page. So yeah, use breadcrumb links to reinforce category structure. That's by default, it's already implemented. Add related products or pairs well with sections, which means we want to have this cross linking between collection to collection and then collection to product, then product to product. So that's when you're like, okay, people who bought this frequently buy this product together. So that's another way to link it back into kind of pair the products together. And then you can of course link to product pages from blog posts and collection descriptions, as I mentioned earlier. So now again, I mentioned that the product pages are usually the ones that create the most amount of technical SEO. So you want to make sure that there's an SOP or there's a management standard when the team or the client is kind of managing products. So either they're adding new products or they're removing products, or there are like things that are discontinued or out of stock. So these are the main questions I usually get. So product variants, one page or many. So when you're uploading a product, there's going to be variants to it. Either it's quantity or flavor or whatever you can think of, like size or color or whatever it is, right? Naturally, when you do that you're gonna create a bunch of like duplicate products with the different variants they have. So I'm gonna show you one quick example here. So let's take this is a product page, for example. You can see here the color, you can go through nude, and then this would change, the variant would change, and then you can go here and the variant would update, and that means these are two different pages, but it's the same product. So what you want to do is you want to canonicalize them to make sure if Google reads the one of these variants, it's pointing back, or it's telling Google like, hey, I am not the main page, but this is the main page, which is the one without the variant here. Okay, so that's very important for Google to understand, or else you're gonna have a bunch of duplicate and thin pages across the site. So let's go back here. So product variants, one page or many. So how do you know when to actually separate them and make the variants as standalone product pages by themselves? Is that when you have visual differences like colors, you want to separate the product pages, or if you have multiple flavors, because people will be like, okay, this is the cheddar flavor, I want to see if they have any other flavor. You want to make sure you want to separate them, and you also separate them if there's volume around the keyword you want to optimize for. Let's say there's a blue jacket and then red jacket, and then there is a lot of traffic around the red and the blue one. The color attributes, you want to make sure that these are standalone pages, because the variants, like when you have this page here, let's say we put the nude here, you can see this link is automatically generated, and it doesn't have a back end for you to go in and optimize it for that single keyword you want to target. So you want to make sure to build another separate one where it's only where the attribute is color nude, and you can have it inside the URL here. So now you can actually access that page in the backend and then optimize it for the keyword you want. So yeah, non-visual like sizes, use variants. So for things like sizes or quantities and all of that stuff, in some cases it doesn't really matter for you to showcase them on standalone pages. You can just leave them there. Just make sure that the product pages are canonicalized, which means they are pointing back to the main page. Now, something really important is that when you're doing the internal linking, always make sure you are linking back to the page that is not canonicalized, which means the main page, because the variants and the filtered version of that main page is canonicalized. You're kind of like wasting the link equity linking back to them, and it's not going to do anything. So instead of wasting that equity, always make sure you're linking back to the initial product page, the main page that you want to rank for. If each variant has a search demand, create individual pages and link them. If not, canonicalize to one main version to avoid keyword cannibalization. Now there's a bunch of tutorials on how to do this. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I'll link a tutorial I like or I follow in most cases inside this document, and yeah, you can learn it yourself. Part 8, what to do with out of stock or discontinued products. Again, this is a big mismanagement thing I see a lot of brands do. So when something goes out of stock or when something is discontinued, they're not producing this product anymore, they would delete it completely from the site, which one will cause a lot of broken links across the site, which means the other pages that used to link to that product and the product is gone, now that link is broken. So it's just wasted link equity as well. And then the second thing is when you're deleting products, right, that page might carry some authority around it, and then it might be generating traffic from the search. So even if it goes out of stock or even if you discontinue it, it doesn't mean that you should throw away the traffic that it's generating. So you want to make sure that one, you either redirect it to the right page, or you make sure that you say like, hey, this page, you update it and you say this product is discontinued or out of stock. Then you give them options. Either if it's out of stock, you can always have a pre-order option, or back in stock email alert opt-in for people to get a notification when the product goes back. Or if it's discontinued, give them alternatives on that same page. Don't waste the traffic that's coming through it if it has any authority or any traffic coming to it. So yeah, never throw away SEO equity. Just because something's unavailable doesn't mean the traffic is gonna disappear. So yeah, that's pretty much what I follow. Now the summary, Shopify product page SEO checklist, I made it here. So you want to make sure the keyword that you are optimizing for is super specific. It's a long tail keyword, and you need to validate it by going onto the search. You can do it here, and then you can see who's ranking on the first page and kind of deduce if that keyword is right for the product page. Now, clean short URLs, that's the first thing that Google usually writes, is the name of the page or the address of the page. So you want to make sure that the keyword is also embedded in the URL. Very clean. Don't make it messy. Don't put any numbers, don't put any dates, because these are going to go outdated and then you're going to have to update them and they're going to create unnecessary redirects. Optimize title plus H1. These are like the main two things here on the product page. Now, the title and H1, just make sure the product is there. Give perks, give benefits, mention all of that stuff in this, because that's like really important for the click-through rates as well. Unique benefit driven intro, which is the description. Make sure you have bullet points of like the good things, the benefits, the competitive edge you have, all of that stuff. Rich product images with alt text, it helps with SEO. Custom reviews with schema, because these are usually displayed also on the search. Like when you search for products, you're gonna have like descriptions with the reviews and with the offers and with the quantity in stock and all of that. And then internal links from collection and blogs. So that's how Google can find this product and kind of like pass on equity to it and then rank it. And then of course, canonical or separate page for variants. Make sure that if there's a variant that's being searched, create a standalone page for it. If there's not any search, or it doesn't really matter, just canonicalize it, which means point, like if Google reads the variant page, it's telling Google that, hey, I'm not the main page as the actual page you wanna index, and that's gonna come down to the search, like if it makes sense for you to go after keyword or not. Now, this is the quick template of the product page that I usually like to do. I actually took this from another guy called Daryl, and I really like it because it's like straight to the point. So you've got the product name, you have the introduction, make sure it is there, the features, product specification table, more product details, and then FAQ sections. You don't need all of that to rank, but if you really insist on ranking for a keyword, you can deploy all of this stuff for you to make sure that you have like a complete product page. Okay, cool. So I think this is gonna be it now. I will do another guide for how to optimize collection pages or category pages, and then maybe another one for blogs. But yeah, for now, I'll link this in the description. If you have any questions, just DM me or drop it in the comments on YouTube, and I'll get back to you guys. Peace.